Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are also audible.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So
But
just
my
sharing up.
sure. Thank you, sir. I just wanted to let you know.
Okay, sir.
Sound.
Sir, my video. We have also planted nearly 8,000 other trees. Support of her husband, he found solace in planting trees. He received no formal education and worked as a casual labor in a nearby crop. Her work has been honored with the National Citizens Award of India. The work was recognized by the California called for environmental education. His name is that. And the University of Karnataka has announced an honor. Central University of Karnataka has announced an honorary doctorate for Temaka in the year of 2020. Temaka was born in Gubbi Taluk, Tumkur district in Karnataka. She was married to Chikkaya, a native of Vilikal village in the Magadi Taluk of Ramnagar district in Karnataka. The couple couldn't have children. It is said that Timmaka started to plant banyan trees in lieu of children. The word Salmarda means it's nothing but row of trees in the Karnataka language. In her name is how she was referred to because of her work. So banyan trees were plenty near Timmaka's village. Timmaka and her husband started grafting saplings from these trees. 10 saplings were grafted in the first year and they were planted along a distance of 5 kilometers near the neighboring village of Udur. 15 saplings were planted in the second year and 20 in the third year. She used her meager resources for planting these trees. The couple chose to carry 4 pails of water for a distance of 4 kilometers to water the saplings. So they were also protected them grazing cattle by fencing them with thorny shrubs. The saplings were planted mostly during monsoon season so that sufficient rainwater would be available for them to grow. By the onset of the next monsoons, the saplings had invariably taken root. In total, 384 trees were planted, and their asset value has been assessed at around 1.5 million rupees. The management of these trees have now been taken over by the government of Karnataka. The 385 banyan trees planted and nurtured by her came under threat of being chopped down for the widening of Bagpalli and Halagur Road in 2019. Hemmaka requested the Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy and the Deputy Chief Minister G. Parameswara to reconsider the project. So as a result, the government decided to look for alternatives to save the 70 years old trees. For her achievement, Hemmaka has been conferred with the prestigious awards such as Padma Shri Award in 2019, Nadoza Award by Hampi University in 2010, National Citizens Award in 1995, Indra Priyadarshini Yakshamitra Award in 1997, Air Chakra Prasasti Award in 1997, Honor Certificate of appreciation from the Indian Institute of Food Science and Technology, Bangalore. Karnataka Kalpavalli Award in 2000. Godfrey Bravery Award in 2006. Vishalakshi Award by Art of Living Organization. Vishwatma Award by Nivina Hall Foundation in 2015. One of BBC 100 Women in 2016. Honored with Sri Divine Award by I&U being the Together Foundation in 2017. Parshara Ratna Award and Green Champion Award and Rukshamata Award. So Timmak's husband died in 1991. Timmak is invited to many afforestation programs in India. She has also been involved in other social activities like constructing a tank to store rainwater for the annual fair held in her village. She also had a dream constructing a hospital in her village in remembrance of her husband. And a trust has been set up for this purpose. In 2016, Salmarda Karnataka was listed by British Broadcasting Corporation as one of the most influential and inspirational women of the world. So this is a brief introduction about Karnataka. Okay, so now I am inviting our speaker, Sri Vilasa Vigraha Dasa Garu, to deliver a talk on time management. Sir, we welcome you. So please proceed.
Yeah, unmute has come. I did not get the sharing option. I think there may be an option share multiple users.
Sir, one second, I am rectifying it.
Yeah, please.
Sir, now you have the rights to share.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay. So, welcome all of you. Morning we spoke about mind, importance of mind control. As a computer has a virus, it becomes uncontrollable. In the same way, in the subconscious mind, because of various thoughts, various desires, and various experiences, makes us to get influenced by the outside world. We discussed about it, and we had also had a discussion on some question and answers. So at the end of the session also I'll take some question and answers. So before starting, because I know post lunch sessions is little difficult, very difficult to take an attention of you. If anybody is, I'll play a small video. What is that? If anybody is feeling like this, take help of your friends or brothers. Yeah, sorry, I lost this. How can I stop sharing? Yeah. Uh, Give me the option of sharing content also. I lost it again. Yeah, I got it.
Just one. Have you got, sir?
Yeah, I got it, got it. Thank you. Okay, so coming to the next session, uh, very interesting, time management, isn't it? And it is also in Sanskrit, it's called Avyakta Kalatvam. How the Kala is, time is so important. It is said by, or is that one of the Acharya, he says that time is the most important commodity, and even a moment is being lost, one cannot purchase it by millions of dollars, isn't it? It means that, for example, if we have 100 or 200 rupees in our pocket, isn't it? When we go to a shop, how carefully we spend it. 200 rupees, we respect it so much, isn't it? And for 200 rupees only, we value so much, and time is the most valuable that you cannot purchase it anymore, isn't it? One moment is lost means lost, isn't it? So that's the reason it is very, very important for a person who want to be in a goal oriented life, isn't it? Because the time plays a major role, efforts and the time and energy is the only way to success, isn't it? So it is some of the time facts. Let's see how the whole world is managing the time. This is a real time managers. It says that 25% of sick leaves are taken for real illness, and 75% of sick leaves they have taken, like for example, we did not complete one assignment or we did not complete some work. and we speak to the teacher, and we speak to the team lead and say, so today I'm not feeling well, that's the reason I'm not able to come to office or come to college. So this is a way they did not complete some works, and because of that they are taking the sickness. And the heart attack's favorite day means once, no, it is called Monday. Why it is called? No, we generally, when we have so many works, we think that no, this weekend is coming, I'll complete all my works in this weekend, isn't it? So but what happens weekend? No, it comes, and by the time you realize, it will be night, isn't it? And then we'll think, oh no, weekdays evening I'll have time, and I'll use the weekdays time and complete those works. But still, again, same thing, weekend, weekdays, so keep on procrastination, or called postponing the works, will be happening. This is the reason, no, Monday is and an average person, no, screen time, no, people glue to mobiles, isn't it? To mobiles 28 hours on an average, isn't it? Okay. So and because people doesn't have time, they don't have time for taking breakfast 40%, and they skip the lunch 39% of, and because no time, they complete their lunch within 15 minutes. No time, if you ask them why. Like that, we purchase so many books, but we don't have time to read it. When the time is given, then when we ask the question where the time is going, then no, we want to do so many things in our life, then are we able to do it? If we are not able to do it, why we are not able to do it, isn't it? So today we are going getting into so let's get into one of the principle, because in most of the outside world, there is a misconception of the time management. Is they think that time management means something you complete, you multitask the things, means pick up so many tasks at one shot and take it and execute it, and you complete the work. And the people general understanding, unless they came to know about this strategy, general understanding, people thought, doing multiple things at a time will be more efficient. But in the recent research, it has been found that actually it is not doing multiple things will be more efficient. It is picking up a work and completing that work, and again picking up a work and completing a work will be more efficient in our life. Sometimes some people might doubt. Let's have a small activity, the myth of multitasking. How we how the misunderstanding happens. It is a general tendency, like when we are doing a when we are writing an assignment, we'll be watching some movie, or we'll be watching something else. So this is a general tendency we get into, do multitask. We think this is so many things I'm doing and completing, and I'll have more time for myself, isn't it? So we'll do a small activity. What activity is, if you have a pen and paper with you, you can do it, or else just let's understand this. For example, let's hope if you have a pen and paper, you can do this activity. What you have to do is, please number 1, 2, 3, 4 as shown in the PPT. 1, 2, 3, 4, isn't it? And why this numbering is being given is, we'll do some simple works in a multitasking way and in a step-by-step way. Okay, so first we'll be doing like this. So there is a phrase given, multitasking is worse than a lie. So what you have to do is, in the in the row 1, you have to write this phrase, multitasking is worse than a lie. And in the row 2, for every alphabet, you have to give a number. For example, M1, U2, L3, T4, like that. You continuously give the numbering. So when I tell you the start, you can start it. Okay. So hope you have understood. You have to write the phrase on the one, and you have to write numerical letters on the second row. Okay. So now let's see how much time it takes for this. Now, once you stop completed, you can raise your hand. Yeah, start. You have to write in the one, multitasking is worse than a lie, and in the second, you have to write the numerics 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 till LIE. Till now, nobody? Okay, don't worry. So it takes around, take this task and take this task, it takes around 20 to 28, 25 to 30 seconds. Okay, so now let's do the same task in a different way. What is that? In the 3, you have to write M, in 4, you have to write 1. In 3, you have to write U, and 4, you have to write 2. L, then 3. T, 4. I, 5. Like this, alternatively, you have to switch on the task, switch off the task, switch on the task, switch on the task. So like M1, U2, L3, T4, I5. Like this, when you continuously write it, isn't it? Now, if you do it in this way, okay, probably it may take, if you anybody is writing, just wait for it. They can. Okay, so now if you observe in the both the ways, the way we handle two tasks, in the first way we handle the two tasks in a, we taken one task and completed that work, and taken the second task and completed that work. Average time, no, total completely we have got around 30 seconds. And if a person take a task in a switched way, like take M and 1, U 2. So like this, if you go ahead, there are some observations we can see like this. No, multitasking. Yeah, so we can see that when we did it in a switched way, the time per task has been increased. Yes, the time per task, no, time per each work has been increased, because first one took only 30 seconds, the second one took around 50 seconds, isn't it? And this, yeah. One more is, yeah, number of mistakes. No, you would have seen that when we are switching from, it is very easy to understand. When you switch from one third to fourth, third to fourth, third to fourth, we have to recollect, because like when you are switching the task as like a computer, how a processor has to interact with the cache memory, even the same way our processor also have to deal with the various tasks, isn't it? So that is a reason, it becomes no, number of mistakes starts increasing when you switch between the various tasks. Okay, and the third one is, isn't it, increase in stress levels. You may be feeling very difficult. Oh sir, first way is very easy and the second way of doing the work is very difficult. Yes, those stress levels starts increasing. Means for example, if you take a person, if I take a person to run from one corner of the hall to another corner of the hall, to turn from one place to another place, both the direction. So what happens after 20 times or 30 times? What he say? No, he loses his energy. And after that, if I ask him to anymore, it becomes very difficult for him. He becomes stressed because it lost its capacity, isn't it? In the same way, when the mind is switched between the tasks, isn't it? It's called between the tasks. Okay? It is something called, there is a leakage energy. It's something called leakage energy. Like how a person running from one place to another place, he loses his physical energy. When the mind is switching from one place to another place, one task to another place, it is called leakage energy. How to understand is, for example, to lift any object, we require one little strength for a physical thing. Isn't it? In the same way, when a mind to handle certain things also, it requires an energy. To switch over the various tasks also, it requires energy consumption, isn't it? So what we suggest is, the instead of the easiest way, if you don't understand the whole next of the session also, the easiest way, the first and foremost way to improve our time management, it is simply by not doing multitasking and doing only one task at a time. Like human beings are hardwired to do one thing at a time, isn't it? And one more disadvantage is too many tasks diverge. The morning we have spoken about distractions. It leads to concentration becomes hopeless when we get distracted by several different things at the same time, isn't it? And what we suggest is, this is the primary way of doing multitasking. I'm going to talk about two levels here today. So this is a very primary and a simple way of doing time management, is just to take a paper and take a paper and a pen, isn't it? And as soon as you get up early in the morning, what are all works you want to complete on that particular day, isn't it? So like this, you have various works in your life, prepare for a project report, go for hacker, plan for the day. So you can write, this is the, some of you might be already practicing this. And you can also give a priority, which one should I select it? Okay, like this. So what happens is, one level of the time management can be achieved with this. But in real time, what happens is the problem of procrastination. Is it a problem of procrastination? So even though we know we want to do the works like this, but still when it comes to implementation, it becomes a challenging job, isn't it? So that's the reason I would like to talk more about in the time management in a more effective way. This is a one level of time management. Write all your works in your paper, isn't it? And pick up one work and complete one work. So this is a very simple one level, anybody can do it. Okay, I'm going to talk about, now if it is said that proverb, if you chase two rabbits at a time, you will not catch either one of them. So try for one thing. Okay, there's a plan for the day. Yeah, this is complete. So before entering, I have a very interesting findings. Now, let's see how much time we have in our life. It's called return on investment of life. Just look into it. It's very funny. Yeah. So generally, how many years a common man lives? Generally, how many years a common man is? Generally, he has to live for 100 years, but average we can see that 60 to 70 years. Let's take a 65 years a person who lived. Now, let's see if anybody asks you a question, how much time you have per day, isn't it? We say generally 24 hours. But the question is, do we really had 24 hours every day is a question. Let's get into it. First one is, in a day, first we have to spend our time for retiring or sleep, isn't it? How many hours generally we sleep? A common man generally sleep from 6 to 8 hours, and there are special cases, I know. On Saturday, Sunday, we sleep for more number of hours, but let's take 8 hours per day. So 1/3 of our 65 years has been just spent for sleeping only. 22 years of our life is spent for sleeping, isn't it? Let's see some more things also. Daily routine. As soon as you get up in the morning, you have to get into a bathroom and you have to fresh up yourself. Of course, sometimes when the classes are early in the morning, students they may come directly without taking bath, isn't it? So, but nobody can sit next to them. Please don't do it. Okay, and yeah, daily routine, 1 hour every day if you take, it is 2.5 years. You cannot skip it. People will go or run away from you if you skip it. And meals, breakfast, lunch, snacks, dinner, takes 2 hours per day, 5.5 years gone. Commuting, transportation, if you are staying in Bangalore, if you are staying in any college, every day going and coming back, 2 hours. So again, 5.5 years. And the work, everybody has to spend their time just for academics or just for work. So 16 years. So 6 hours per day if you can. Miscellaneous like friends, you have to meet friends, relatives, functions, parties, birthday parties, 1 hour per average day. So now in this all 22 2.5, it all if you accumulate it around, it comes to 54 years. 54 years. So none of this can be stopped. For example, sleep, daily routine, food, none of this can be stopped, isn't it? So what I wanted to say is 54 years we are spending only maintaining ourselves, isn't it? And how much time is left for us to transform, to change, to achieve our goals is only 11 years. Now, if you take it back, it is only 4 hours we have per day. So why I'm telling is, when you get a Sunday or when you get a day, don't think I have 24 hours. It is only after all things you do, you will get a 4 hours of time. So that is the most valuable thing. If you don't properly manage it, I'm sorry, we cannot achieve the success of our life, isn't it? So now let's get into a higher dimension of time management. This is called time management matrix. It is simple only, don't need to worry. It looks like a little difficult, but it is very simple. We'll do activity. Okay. So Franklin Covey is a time management guru. What he says is, most of our works, what are all the works are tasks, what we pick up in our life, most of them are actually, some are urgent and some are important works. Some are urgent works, some are important works. Okay, so urgent and important work. Like I'll discuss more about it. Okay, so according to urgency and not urgency, according to importance and not important, we will divide all our day-to-day life into these four quadrants, isn't it? So let's take quadrant 1 as important and urgent, and quadrant 3 urgent and not important. I'll discuss more about these quadrants. Okay, so what I want to do is, the day we get up in the morning and do all the various activities, let's fit into one of these coordinates and understand our life. Okay, so let's get into each quadrant. So quadrant 1 means there are some works which are urgent and important. Urgent means urgent means no, you don't have any time to think about can I postpone it. It is like on the neck. Like some of you can tell me what are the urgent works. Someone is asking, sir, are you giving assignments already? Isn't it? So assignments, deadline projects, isn't it? So these are all like assignments, deadline, like tomorrow only you have to submit the assignment. This is an urgent work. So you cannot plan this, isn't it? You cannot plan, you just need to press it, means you have to complete that work, that's it, isn't it? So what are the works? Works like assignments, projects, like deadline driven projects, like that. And for example, now one more to understand, like what do you say, like you are sitting now, you are in a class. Okay, you plan for 3 to 5 I'll be sitting in the class. Suddenly one some jihadi entered into your room and came with a AK-47. And what do you do? No, I planned from 3 to 5 for this class. I should not do it. According to plan, things should go. Like that we do? No, as soon as we see the AK-47, we'll run away from there. Yes or no? So it is urgent. You have to take an immediate decision, isn't it? So immediate decision, this is called pressing decision. And one more is nature call. When you get a nature call, urinal, and do you plan? No, I have not planned at 4 o'clock. I have to plan. I planned at 7 o'clock in the evening. No, so this cannot be done. Urgent means you have to immediately give your attention, isn't it? Why I'm talking about this is, when the work become urgent, no, you don't have anything to plan. That is a danger, isn't it? So why the works becomes urgent also I'll discuss, isn't it? And the this is called the quadrants of urgency. It requires an immediate attention, as I was speaking about. No, it immediately asks us to pay attention to it. So first quadrant we have seen. Quadrant 1 is quadrants of urgency. There are some works. Now you cannot plan it. When they are in urgency, we get into anxiety. Okay, so now get into another quadrant. Before getting to Q2, I would be interested to speak about Q3. Okay, so Q3 is I can see here. Q3 is urgent and not important. Q3, which is on the left corner down, urgent and not important. What is this? This is a special quadrant. Okay, so Q3 is urgent, not important. Means our response will be like that. It is so urgent in our life. Tell me, what is that? Yeah, it is something like SMS or WhatsApp message. As soon as we hear a WhatsApp message, we take the mobile and immediately look into it, and just not starting from it, and what are all the WhatsApp other messages and videos have come, and what are all the continuous videos have come, isn't it? So we have not planned to pick the mobile and start operating it, but we got into this mobile world and unplannedly we got into this, isn't it? So this is the one called cheating quadrant. This is the one we unknowingly spend our time, and when we want to spend our time for our goals, we don't get the time, because we got diverted and dragged in other direction. So this is called quadrant of urgency. Quadrants of urgent and not important. Actually, it is not so important. Now, okay, one message has come. I'm not a prime minister. Now, every message, the whole world is looking for a reply. No, I'm a simple man. I don't need to worry. The whole world will not stop if I don't see the message. But still, we pick the mobile in such a way that the whole world will not stop if I don't respond for it. So this is called quadrants of not important, but we respond like as it is so interruptions, some incoming mails and all these things. So it's called quadrants of deception. Deception means cheated. We got cheated, isn't it? I tell you, we are going to speak more about it. See, for example, one more I understand one more easy way. Like morning also I spoke about it. Like when we want to get up early in the morning. No, we put an alarm 4 o'clock. I spoke about it. Like how we got cheated and we spent our time. We have not planned and sleep for till 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, but we got cheated. Like that, one more also you can see that sincerely I've joined in one great college. Now from today onwards, I should be very sincere. I wanted to complete all the assignment day to day. One may be thinking like that. So he'll go to his house and start completing his assignments and day to day. So what happens is when he's doing his assignments, suddenly one of your friends or brother might be playing some movie, isn't it? Some movie, and what happens? We will be working for assignment. On the other hand, there is a movie is played, and you also had a desire that I want to watch that movie. So then what we think, okay, let's go and watch for 5 minutes. Some nice comedy scene is coming. I'll watch that 5 minutes and come back and complete my work. I'm sincere only. I'm complete my work. I want to complete it. But we'll go for 5 minutes, and do we come back after 5 minutes? No. We'll continue. A scene, nice scene is emotional scene is going on. So we'll continue to watch and we'll continue to be with them and complete our time, isn't it? So what I wanted to tell is unplanned. Unplanned. Like that morning I was spoke about it. Like that, each sense, each sense is taking us in a different direction which we have not planned, isn't it? Intelligence is the one which drives where are all your body and vehicle has to go in which direction. But because of these uncontrollable senses, each sense, one wants to watch match, one wants to watch movie, one wants to hear some music, or one wants to be in the nature outside, isn't it? Like in the cricket match also it happens. It's the same thing that when the T20 is going on, so we think that I'll watch for 1 hour and come back and complete my works again back. So we'll go and all the friends are enjoying 1 hour we think, and we go and sit with the friends 1 hour. We will complete it 1 hour. No, 1 hour, 1 over. I'm sorry, 1 over. So we thought 1 over anyway. I was there. Let me be there for more 5 overs also. So we get into 5 overs. In T20 is only 20 hours. Oh, last 5 hours will be more nice. So let me complete it. Like that, will be. We started. What I wanted to tell is there's a trigger started. And it ended up with unplanned consumption of the time. Unplanned consumption of the time. So here, this is one of the most noticeable thing that unless we notice this, we will not get cheated, isn't it? So I'll tell you how this morning we have already discussed. Now how there are living beings, that lower species, how they get caught by uncontrollable things. Like you can see here, the fish caught by the bait. Bait ante era. Era ante tells, we know about it. Yes. So the fishes are seeing that other fishes, that fisherman has come and gave the bait, and all the fishes have died and gone. Every fish knows about it, but still what happened when then they saw this bait era, and brahminchipota means they could not able to understand what is around it. It simply wants to enjoy that object. Nothing else will be visible, isn't it? So because of that, the fish loses its whole life, isn't it? So uncontrollable sense takes away all his life, isn't it? And one more second animal, deer. So we know the deer. Sometimes in the National Geographical channels, we see that cheetah trying to catch this deer, and sometimes even a deer goes faster than the cheetah. So the God has given a gift. This legs has so much fast and powerful that it can even surpass the cheetah, isn't it? But even though it has that capability and facility, but simply it has been caught by the talent of the hunter. What is that? A hunter plays a harmonious music, isn't it? When a harmonious music is being played, this deer becomes mesmerized, and it doesn't know where to go. It's simply stuck there. So he will come and catch it. What I wanted to say is, even though it has given with a facility, because of its weakness, it has been caught and lost its life. isn't it? So in the same way, the third one is a elephant. The morning we have seen elephant chain philosophy. Now that is a small elephant can be captured. Then how a big elephant can be captured is with this. How a big elephant is being captured is with a what is that? Yeah, how the big elephant is being captured in this way. Like the person who want to capture this elephant, he will train a female elephant. No, the female elephant is so trained, and it influences the, it gives indication to the male elephant, and the male elephant is very very weak in its sexual life, isn't it? So it becomes so weak, and it starts going behind this female elephant, and this female elephant is being trained, and when it is going, no, there is a ditch arranged, there's a whole ditch arranged, and there the female elephant will cross in a different way, but the male elephant will come directly straight and fall into the ditch, isn't it? So it has been no way other than that, no, it has to surrender to that person, isn't it? So even though it is so powerful, because of its attraction for the opposite sex, has lost its life, isn't it? What I wanted to tell is there is a place for the sex and the family, isn't it? But those things are not all in all. Don't get lost in the world of attraction, isn't it? So we may lose our whole life, our goals, we generally, then later we think that where I've gone, isn't it? So now how to come out of it is a beautiful way Krishna has given. This all because of uncontrolled. It is like a poisonous snakes, poisonous snakes in the room, and you are there in the same room. How horrible it is, fear at every moment, isn't it? So that's what the Lord is saying, that how to take out this poison from the snakes, so that the poisonless snakes helps us, will not give much fear to us. Like how to take out the poison, in the same way how to make all our senses, if you take this, if this driver trained all these 5 horses in a beautiful way with a small indication, like pulling a one thread, if the horse able to understand what my driver wants, it becomes very easy. Morning I have shown a team leadership video also. In the same way, when all the horses become sync, isn't it? And the driver, if they understand, all the horses understand the driver's intention. Like if the driver moves left, then all the horses, we all have to go left. If the driver moves right, we all have to go to. Means what I wanted to say is, just to morning I spoke about a subconscious mind, and now I'm talking about mind trained with the senses, isn't it? Mind trained with the senses. Like for example, you take in a company, or you are working in a project, you are all, some 5 members are there. No, the project leader is there, and other under him also some are working. So if these 5 people are not properly listening to the project leader, can he complete his project? Can he complete his deadline? No, not possible. Because if the leader is saying and the other 5 people are not doing, then it becomes very difficult to complete the project for the leader, isn't it? In the same way, mind is the leader, and these 5 senses are the team members. Unless they cooperate, all these 5 people cooperate, the mind, it becomes difficult to deal with these 5, isn't it? So that is the reason, like it's called training these senses, or removing this these senses. Not removing the that instability of these senses. Okay, so that's what how he says is, these senses are so strong and impetus, O Arjuna, that they forcibly carry away the mind. Even a man of discrimination, means he knows all these things, but a small temptation take him in a wrong direction, isn't it? And spends all his energy, gets wasted. Says, but how to come out of it is saying that, when you, like, when we give a training to it, when we when we, as I told you, I expose our body and mind to a spiritual vibration, isn't it? We say, like I told, Om. When we chant the word Om, the tongue is involved, and the ear is involved, the attention is involved. So all the senses are getting trained, isn't it? So because of that, the mind and all the 5 senses, they become the whole one team. Like when we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra also, when we chant any spiritual vibration. So this is the training that is given to the senses. So now why I'm talking about this is, sorry. Yeah. I forgot to put this. Yeah. So I'm talking about the Q3 quadrant because uncontrollable senses are the one which are taking away our time by sleeping more number of hours, taking away time watching unnecessary movies, taking sometimes it will be you after watching a YouTube channel. No, people those who have watched this also watched this. There again we click that. We click. So uncontrollably we'll get into all this, and we are going into all these things. So unless we train our team members, the five senses, they take us in various directions and waste our time, then where is the question of spending time for our own goals, isn't it? If the time is gone for all unnecessary things, we don't have time for achieving this. So now two things we have to do is we have to train our senses, isn't it? So now I'm talking about Q3 is a cheating quadrant. We spend our time without knowingly in a Q3, isn't it? Now coming to Q4, generally those who are goal oriented, they don't spend in time in Q4. I just wanted to know, watching mindless TV shows, so many TV shows, Big Boss or anything. I don't know what they get out of it, but still people are so much addicted and so much time is being spent on those shows, gossiping, and so it's a quadrant just waste. What is there in that? There's like tomorrow you will be realizing that I have spent my time unnecessarily. No, just mindless TV shows. It's called quadrant of waste. People spend unnecessary time for games and all this. Okay, now come to the quadrant Q2. So quadrant Q2 is the one which called important but not urgent. This is the one what I wanted to focus. Okay, so Q2 is important but not urgent. See, for example, what is important but not urgent? To understand it very easily, for example, we have a exam of GMAT or GATE we have to write after 1 year. So we would have registered for the exam, now GATE or GRE if you are writing. Someone may think, oh, it is 1 year is there. Let me study. There is no urgency in it now. So if we continuously keep on postponing it, isn't it? So the days when it comes close by, it becomes difficult to complete the subject. So what I wanted to say is there are certain works in our life, actually most of our goals in our life, they are not urgent but important means you have to do it. But because if since it is not sitting on your throat, we are not touching it at all, isn't it? For example, one more you say, like you have a two-wheeler and you are using the two-wheeler so much that you have never taken the two-wheeler to servicing. One day the two-wheeler could become breakdown and it becomes very difficult to use it, or one day it may, okay, you may lose a clutch or gear or accelerator. Like what I wanted to say is when it is important you have not taken care, then it becomes a burden for you. Immediately you have to take the two-wheeler to the work, isn't it? So when it is important only when you don't pick up that work, isn't it, and work on it, then one day it goes and one day it goes and sit. Okay, quadrant two things goes and sit in quadrant one, isn't it? All becomes urgency, isn't it? So what I wanted to tell you is when the things are important only, you have to pick up that work and start working on it, isn't it? Unless you do that, it becomes very difficult. Or there is one story like what morning also someone asked about procrastination means postponing the work. We generally think okay, tomorrow. That courage to pick up that work is lost, isn't it? Oh no, not now, bore, no, tomorrow. This is called procrastination. See what happens to the danger with the procrastination, we have to know. Like there is a story of a dumb ass. So what happened is this dumb ass has a merchant, and this merchant is greedy. Greedy means lobha. I mean, what used to happen is this merchant is so greedy that every day this ass used to carry so much of salt bags to the city, to the market, and this merchant used to think that today maximum salt will be sold and he'll be loading the ass with so much of loads. And they go to the market, and but there the selling happens normally only. Again 95% of the load will be coming back. So then no, every day, one day, 2 day, like no, every day like this happening, that as has become so angry on this merchant. So it has come up with one plan. What it has done is when it is coming back, no, while coming back, there is one bridge, a stone bridge, No, there's no. So what happened is, what it has does is, when it came to the bridge, it has shook its leg like, oh, I'm feeling very weak, and no, it shook like his legs and just fall onto into the bridge, down the bridge, and it has fallen into the water. Then what happens? All the salt bags which are touched with the water entered into the water. What happens? After some time, all been melted. And as was thinking, yes, I've done a great work. Now, no, I've cheated the merchant. Now see how it is possible for me. So every day when they are going, and while coming back again, the as has started using the same philosophy that for coming to the bridge, just fall into the water. Then the salt get melted and go ahead. So one day the merchant has observed, you are cheating me. Okay, I'll do something for you. Then one day what merchant has done is, after going to the market, he purchased a cotton in the same bag and kept the cotton in it. So while coming back, the dumb bass, it is thinking, it is using the same philosophy. See how I reduce the weight. Again, it came to the bridge and shook his legs and fall into the water. So now what happens when the cotton injected with the water? What happened? It becomes more heavy, more burdensome, isn't it? So it has to forcefully, now the heavy water with the cotton, it has to forcefully has to carry it, isn't it? So why I'm telling about it is, if we procrastinate, if we postpone, if we don't pick up the work, isn't it? So one day, I'll tell you, it becomes a burden for us. Actually, to be frank, when I ask you a question, what are all the urgent works? There are no urgent works in our real life. It is only because when it is important, we did not work on it, and because of procrastination, it has passed to the urgency, isn't it? So this what? So what I wanted to say is, okay, like for example, taking a meditation also. No, meditation, it is important. If you don't do meditation, you will not die. No? That is the reason we are not touching it. No, controlling, attending these kind of sessions. No, it all, it all results in our long time works. Long time is good. So what I suggest is, now if a person spending time in Q2, isn't it? So the success of a person can be easily determined if he is spending in your life in Q2, then he will be definitely going to achieve his goals. Isn't it? So how, by only by taking proper guidance, removing the uncontrollable senses, the Q3 has to be reduced. And Q3 means, I told you, deception, that uncontrollably we went into some wrong direction, and the Q2 has to be engaged more, isn't it? So that we'll not have so many urgent and important works in our life. So this is the one, whoever practices. Let's have a small activity. Either all of you understood this quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4 or not. I think I'll open the chat message. You can answer it here if possible. Oh, where is the chat? Yeah, so I'm opening the chat message. I'll ask you some question. You can just enter here in the chat. Okay, there's an activity. Okay, so first let's see. Regular physical exercise for good health. Into which quadrant this work comes into? Beautiful, Q2. Good. Okay, next. Next, natural calamity. Suddenly earthquake has come at your home. So it comes into which quadrant? Yeah, first quadrant, Q1. You don't have any time to plan. You just need to respond. Yeah, correct. Next, planning and preparation. Planning and preparation. It comes into, yes, 2. It is not urgent. It is, yeah. Being busy with Facebook, so many keep on seeing the videos, that time this time happened. Yeah, yeah, Q4 it is. Yeah, busy with Facebook. Okay, attending workshops like this, no, attending workshops like this, Q4. Oh my god, Q2, yes, Q2. You don't attend smart skills, also your life will go. But if you attend the smart skill programs like this, no, your life becomes easier to handle. Okay, yes, Q2. Thought of watching 1 over of 2020 and end up with 5 hours to 10 hours to, yes, Q3. It's not Q4, it is Q3, yeah. Because no, we got cheated 1 hour. Next, frequent checking of WhatsApp messages, even though not necessary, yeah, Q3 or Q4, any of these things. I want to have so many goals. I want to sing and to learn dance and typing. Now it comes into various goals. comes into Q2. Yeah, good. Playing some mobile games, sitting behind and just simply wasting our time. Yeah, Q4. Okay. Study for the exam on 3rd March. No, there is a goal on Q3 March, upcoming March exam is there. I don't 4 it is. It is all Q2. Okay. So it is 2. Yeah. Planning for the higher studies, gate and all, it comes into Q2. Yeah. Yeah, good. Watching mindless TV shows. Easy. Yeah, 4. Good answers. Now, sharpening the axe. Anybody knows this story, sharpening the axe? Yeah, some of you might be knowing. I'll tell you the story of sharpening axe. So, what is this sharpening the axe? Is this, it connected to a smart skill? Answer. Sharpening the axe is, there are actually, there were two friends, some, some, what is that? Jam and Hari. Okay. And this Jam and Hari both were woodcutters. Woodcutters. They go to a forest and every day they bring the wood after cutting it from there. So this Jam is working for 6 to 6 hours every day, and this Hari is one more person, second person. He is seeing that this Jam is bringing more number of wood. So one day, no, he thought that Hari has thought that I'll bring more number of wood, more efficiency by working more number of hours. Isn't it? So Hari also started working from 6 to 8 hours. Isn't it? But what happened when he saw it? Still, the Hari is still less, and he increased 1 more hour. But on the other day also in the same way, the Jam is bringing the more wood than Hari. So then one day the Hari has become humbled and asked, how you could able to bring so much of wood even though I'm trying to work for more number of hours? Then Jam has told, yes, in between of each hour I sharpen my axe. Isn't it? When we sharpen, what happens when we sharpen axe? The efficiency of the cutting rate will increase. Isn't it? So what I wanted to say is, even though we are so busy, we should be very careful to sharpen our axe. One of the sharpening of the axe is learning the smart skills. It's a Q2. And doing all this maintenance works for the body and the mind is a sharpening the axe. If you give a little time for spiritual renewals, if you give time for yourself, no, we will become more output. We'll bring more output of our life. And I'll show a small video of demonstration how this whole world is using this time management. Same thing what we have discussed here. Yeah, all of you watch this video.
Do you ever feel like you get bogged down in the thick of things?
The video has been stuck.
Bogged down in the thick of thin things? Yes. Well, that might be analogous to to small things. Just little by little, they just accumulate. Now, your job, you can't go above this, is to get all those large rocks.
Here he is giving a small rocks and large rocks, small pebbles. And he is asking to put all these large rocks into it. It's already filled with a small pebbles of green pebbles.
She puts them in. What's that one called?
Q2, planning preparation.
Planning, preparation, prevention, and empowerment. Q2, that which is not urgent but important.
Can I put this down?
Sure.
So she has to fill all these rocks which are all outside within this bucket, jar, within the jar.
It's called relationships and family.
No time for
She's trying to make it. so she can get them all in there on the assumption that by moving the other ones around, it makes more space. Look at that third rock you put in there. That's employment, some key employment issue, and then you put major projects here. Yeah, that's fair. That's called service community church. Do you ever feel like this?
Yes.
Like this? You're a hands-on person. She just put down the sharpen the saw. How many frequently do that? I just don't have time today to sharpen the saw. You ever been too busy driving to take time to get gas? It's almost. You know, if it doesn't fit, force it.
Do I have to really put all of these in one?
Well, no. You can neglect a big opportunity if you want. Here's something that's called urgent and important. It's a quadrant one thing that is blindsiding you, that it's your biggest client, that if you don't get back to that client now, you've given up your vacation. I'll tell you what you can do if you want to. You can work out of a different paradigm altogether. You can do anything you want.
So I can use that bucket. That's what you're saying.
Anything, yeah.
Well, then I'd rather put these in the bottom. And then put a little pebble on. Vacation.
Okay, she has sharpening the saw, planning, preparation,
Spouse.
spouse,
Vacation.
employment,
Big opportunity.
big opportunity,
Important and urgent. Block of time. Community. Church. Those young children keep looking at me. No, I don't think so.
okay? She got all the important things in first, right?
So here, what we could able to gain from this demonstration is You would have seen initially that jar has been already filled with a small green pebbles, and then he asked her to fill with the various goals, planning and preparation, taking the children to various project or the like Q2 all the quadrant. So if first she tried to fill on the top of all the small pebbles, she tried to fill, but only she could able to fill one or two or three, isn't it? On the other hand, when she, as many of you in the replying in the chat, that when you fill with the, we have seen at last that we first to fill it with a bigger rocks, then you pour all the small pebbles. So what I want to tell is, by being disciplined in our life and choosing the higher goals in our life, actually we don't lose the small pleasures also, isn't it? We don't lose anything. We have seen that a small green pebbles are like a small pleasures. No, we think that, oh my god, if I become so much disciplined, I become so much trained and principled, oh my god, it's not possible for me. No, I may miss so many things in my life. No, you will have time for them also. But when you don't do it, will not have time for your own goals, isn't it? So that is the reason it is very important that we fill our first we take the priority of the goals. What is that? The bigger stones. We give more time, first time for the bigger stones, isn't it? Later, the bigger stones means basically our real goals of our life. Is it real goals of our life? Okay, one level of real goals is I want to get into the career, I want to get into a GMAT or MBA or get into a good companies. That is one of the goal. But this goal is also a secondary level goal. First level goal is our own peace and happiness of our life, isn't it? To live in this world, to deal with this world, isn't it? So what I wanted to say is, first, if that is achieved, no, it doesn't matter how we live. Means how we live means which job we get is secondary. The more important thing is that we live in a peace and happiness or not, isn't it? So that is one of the most important. By doing this or doing this, I live in a that's what I'm talking about. No, I higher goal, the big rock. Okay, either of this and this option, I live happy and peaceful, isn't it? So we should not be too much narrow minded. Only this will make me happy. This goal achievement only makes me happy. Having goal oriented is very nice, but having attached to a goal means with this only I live my life. With when I achieve this goal only I live my life. I tell you one of the example. When I was in studying in intermediate, of course I had to get into bits planning, but I got a pharmaceutical subject. Within just 934 was the engineering subject, and I got 932. So what happened is, uh, you know, we are not with the help of one of our senior or brother, he helped me. If you have a talent, somewhere you will be success. Don't worry either you have achieved this goal or not, isn't it? Academics are required for a certain extent. No, if you have a real talent, you will get into the world, isn't it? Don't worry if you don't have a talent, if you feel that, but actually everybody has their own talents, isn't it? So what I wanted to say is, don't worry if you don't get particular goal achieved, isn't it? Try another one. What is there? Well, people, those you have, isn't it? So that's what I wanted to talk about the big rocks. Okay, so make an attempt. Always in the mood of making an attempt. Let it go on. Okay, I've learned certain things from it. Okay, so that's what a person's goal oriented way it should be. It should not be a goal attached way. It is called goal oriented way. Goal oriented way means I'll work, put efforts, pick up the big rock and work on it, isn't it? Don't get allured by the small pleasures and get lost in the world. So that's what it is saying, that if solution, if you want a time management, if you want to utilize yourself in your life, you have to spend time in Q2, isn't it? And make sure that you are not spending time in Q3 also, because for this we have to do curing this wastage of time with unnecessarily. So that is possible only when we do spiritual and renewals. That's what it is saying. Effective time management lies in spending time in quadrant 2, important and not urgent. Pick up a task. So now I wanted to tell you one more important things. one more important thing here. So, like many people speak, forward so much wisdom in the WhatsApp. We'll be seeing, oh, this is a great words, these are great words. But when it comes to real life implementation of those wisdom means, people speak about so many values and they speak so many great things. But when it comes to real life, we see, we see most of the time people don't implement. That's the reason we get disappointed with some people, isn't it? They speak so much, they speak so much, they speak so much, but when it comes to real life, they don't implement, isn't it? Now, why? Knowledge is there, but implementation is not there, isn't it? So I want to talk about that also, because knowledge itself is not sufficient. Knowledge itself is not sufficient. You need a strength to implement it. That is a lack in this world. People don't have strength to implement certain things in the life, isn't it? So why? Because there's a strength comes from inside to deal with the mind and the body, isn't it? Unless you strengthen yourself inside. That's the reason, I'm going to talk about who we are. Actually, it is from the spiritual science, it is said that we are not this physical gross body and just a mind. We are the spirit soul, and the spirit soul is the one which is moving this body and mind. So the strength, if you could able to strengthen the spirit soul, isn't it? Now then only you will have a capability. What are all the knowledge I'm talking about today? I spoke about mind control. Today I spoke about time management. We can speak on talk about so many things. Knowledge can be accumulated, but if you want to implement that knowledge in your life, in our life, we have to strengthen our inner self, isn't it? That inner self is the soul. Is it? For the soul, the spiritual energy is the food, isn't it? So this the Om or any meditation is the one which is increasing the inner strength. It is not just to training the mind and the senses are all external only, but more thing, bigger thing it is doing is increasing the inner strength. For example, what is happening in our day-to-day life is like yeah, it's called what is happening in our day-to-day life. It's like a story of a queen, isn't it? This queen, what happened is one day this queen is so much interested in birds, various parrots and various varieties of birds. So this queen one day went to a shop and she saw a talking parrot, isn't it? Talking parrot, it is talking. Then he got so much impressed because he doesn't have any other birds is talking. So it got this bird and put it in a golden cage. Instead of an ordinary cage, it has put in a golden cage. So after what happened, after a few days, the worker who is working, she left the home for some other work. She told that please take care of these things. So this queen has come and start talking to the parrot, talking parrot and the golden cage. And she came to the golden cage and she saw the golden cage is not shining properly. And she took a cloth and she, nicely cleaned the golden cage and started shining. And spoke with the parrot and left the day. And next day also, evening, morning she came and evening she came and again she spoke to the parrot, but the parrot was not responding properly. Little it is speaking, and again she saw the dust on the golden cage and again rubbing the golden cage, and again golden cage is shining, and she went. And the next day morning, by the time she come, no, is the parrot is speaking? No, it has lost its life, isn't it? So again, she came and she saw, the golden cage. So here, what I wanted to tell is the queen has interacted with the parrot. What is important in whole system is it shining the golden cage or food to the parrot? It is food to the parrot is very important, isn't it? So why I'm telling about it is how a queen, and in a crude way I'm talking so that we'll understand how a queen as a foolish has taken care of so nicely about the cage but not given the food to the parrot. In the same way, if you take care of this external bodily beauty so much and don't take care of the inner strength which will implement for you in a day to day and every moment of your life, isn't it? Every moment of life you require that strength, isn't it? So unless you feed that strength, no, we cannot implement things. I tell you, No, we cannot. It is you have to feed yourself. The spirit soul has been fed with the spiritual vibration, spiritual knowledge. If we don't, that is the reason today's world we are seeing all the having everything, but people are in not in happy state. Anxiety, tension is increasing. No, we all want to happy, to be happy in every moment of our life. But in reality, what is happening? No, stress and anxiety. Why? It is not because of so many works. It is because of there is no strength to deal with the external world. So that is the reason I'm telling you again and again. It is that is the reason we are going to have a trans dimensions club. Don't worry, we are always with you, and it is not just this class that will end up. I know I motivated something and we just go. So I'll be always with you. We are opening a club and discussing more detail closely. Like today morning, so many people are asking certain questions. We have solutions for all those questions, isn't it? We have solutions for all those questions. Okay, so now what I wanted to say is, no, time management is like a self-management. I have to take care of the self, inner strength. I have to take care. No, when our soul is strengthened. Uh, Yeah. So when our soul is strengthened, we exhibit natural qualities of like this: self-control, no, peace of mind, simplicity, and knowledge about life, like this. So that's what is strengthening the spirit soul, self-management. Strengthening the spirit soul makes us to control not this senses will not go in a wrong direction. So mind will be controlling the senses, and this mind will be controlled by the spirit soul, isn't it? So that's what about so that's what we chant every day. That's I told the meditation, the chanting of Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We chant every day 2 hours to strengthen ourselves, to deal with the problems of this world, or the goals of this world. So many challenging real life. When we get into more challenges, we'll get. So the more important thing is strengthen ourselves. So by strengthening ourselves, it becomes very easy to implement things. So today here in the time management, or that spiritual renewals, yeah, it strengthens us. We have learned that now we want to work on only Q2, but I want to be sir and I want to be Q2, but I'm not able to on Q2. So I want to work on a goal oriented way, but I'm forcefully taken in other direction. Why? Because we don't have strength, isn't it? The strength can be obtained only in a spiritual way, because it's a spirit soul. It can only take the spiritual energy. It doesn't have anything to be fed, isn't it? So, and then if we implement this, no, if we increase our strength, it is not just enough to know. We have to spend our time. If we want to use time effectively, isn't it? We need to spend our time in Q2. Only by strengthening your soul we can spend time in Q2 and achieve what we want, or else whole life will go like this only. No, we think we wanted to do something. No, days will go, years will go. No, sometimes we don't even. No, still our life will be like, I want to do something. I ended up with doing something, isn't it? Unless we train our mind and the senses, our life will not be in our hands, isn't it? If you want your life to be in your hands, this body and the mind is your possessions. You train them like a person who is a team leader has to train his people working under him. So it is your duty to train this body and the senses not to go randomly. So that this is the one actually gives more time in your life. Once you implement this, you see that you have more time in your life. We never say that we don't have time, isn't it? So time management, as I told initially, planning and preparation, divide your tasks into quadrants. So if we are spending our time in Q2, definitely this person achieves whatever he wants in his life. But unfortunately, we know if he is spending time in Q3 and Q4, there's no question of getting achievement in his life. That's a directly can be told. I may be an astrologist in this kind of thing. So to make time management, self-management plays a role. Yeah, strengthening our role. So we need to spend after strengthening ourselves, we need to spend considerable time in quadrant 2. Don't worry, this is till now we are only speaking about the knowledge. In our further discussions, definitely you will be knowing about how to strengthen yourself. As I was saying, add mantra meditation, spiritual meditation. It helps you to strengthen yourself, and when we strengthen ourselves, we can accept more dynamic things in our life, more challenges in our life. We become more organized, like we can accept more challenges in our life. Okay, so that's what about today's time management session. Okay, and yeah, so now as I was saying that we are going to have a trans dimensions club, and it is going to have a certification course. I already spoke with you, sir, and those who would like to be know more about yourself, today I spoke only just a mind and the senses, and we have more topics like no, as I was saying, how yoga and meditation is so powerful, and about the creation, how systematic the creation is, how actually SQ is the most no, SQ is the most higher thing like living, and what there are so many power of habits, the pursuit of real happiness, self-awareness, like this. There's so many sessions. I'm how to handle competition, how to stop comparison. So what are all the sessions, what are all you're asking? Once, like not what is that? This introduction program gets completed, induction program gets completed. Weekly once we pick up one topic, and we personally deal with you in a phone call if you have any challenges, and so many questions what all you have asked in a detailed way we discuss, because we have just a few minutes and few hours, so everything cannot be answered, and don't worry that you don't, if you don't implement immediately, isn't it? So knowledge, that whole life is there to implement certain things. Okay, slowly we start implementing one by one, and those who want to be part, actually this will be circulated, this link will be circulated to your emails by the Viresh Garu, Dean of Academics. Okay, and those who are interested, they can register for this, so that we start interacting with you, and we'll have online sessions only once in a week after your college hours, probably evenings once your college gets completed. Next you can please go, this is a certification course also, we'll end up the day we'll give a certificate also. Okay, and if anybody has morning I could not able to answer some questions, if anybody has some questions, still we have time, or I can play some videos if you want.
So students are requested, if you
please
have
once
a
again
doubt,
show.
just
Okay.
ask questions our speaker.
Okay. So this is a quadrant chat, Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. I'm not giving any assignments, don't worry. Oh, start. I'm not giving any assignments now. Maybe in the we'll have a small, these are all common things to be discussed. So in this session we don't have any assignments, it's just a knowledge oriented session. Okay.
Sir, actually we have assignment for
so
students.
Morning any morning some questions have not been answered. I can again put the questions here, and or I'll play some videos if you want.
So students are requested, if you
How
have doubts,
to
just ask.
reconcentrate on the things that we have distracted of? Please clarify. Okay. So how to reconcentrate, okay, on things we have distracted of? Uh, for example, we got distracted with some issue in our life, like something unexpected happened. We got distracted and start thinking what going to happen. That may be one of the distraction, and that may be one of the distraction, and or sometimes we expected some result, no, and it ended up with coming with other result. So because of that we may lose putting one more effort when we don't have a goal oriented efforts. When we don't have a goal, more easy to get distracted. uh, so what I wanted to say is first we have to clear off all these failures and negative things what happen, then it becomes easy for again to put the new efforts in our life, or else or else what happens is they become burden, isn't it? Actually why we could not able to focus and getting distracted is because of these two things. One is because of the, I told you in the morning, subconscious desires, small enjoyments or small enjoyment. As soon as you see outside, for example, when you are working and suddenly some pop-up window comes and show about one particular watch, isn't it? And you had an idea about that watch, you wanted to purchase it. So even though you're working, immediately we get diverted, isn't it? Because I want to enjoy with that watch, isn't it? So this is one of the general reason we get distracted, because we have some corner that I wanted to enjoy, isn't it? So this is one of the reason, and all these things will go away, will come down, isn't it? Will come down when we take what is that I spoke already, that when you take a meditation course, now what happens is our natural joy will be inside already. We'll be always naturally joyful, will not hanker for the external joy. So if it comes, then I accept it. But what is hankering means, if a small, like a thief, what a thief means, a thief will be not forcefully want to take something and enjoy. Like in the same way, when a person is naturally not happy inside, he'll be looking for happiness outside. Oh, by having this, by having this, by having. Actually, these are the things, the whole advertisement industry, using and taking away our life. Like I tell you one of the example, recently I have a video also, that car advertisement. No, in the car advertisement, what he does is, in the car, the not car means general car, he transport a person from one place to another person. But how he present, the whole family will be going in a car, the wife will be next, and the child will be hugging. No, your child hugs you only if you have a car. It's not like that, isn't it? But it has been presented that if you have a car only, you can have a nice family life. See, what I want is, see that they are using our enjoyment, no, the sense of enjoyment, and selling that car. In the same way, so when we are occupied, when we are falling for a small enjoyment, then the outside world becomes so much distractive. Okay, so now how do we not fall for small enjoyment is, like when you are a rich person, when you are a billionaire, why do you fall for small enjoyment outside, isn't it? Say, how you become a billionaire of happiness inside is a question, isn't it? So that I'll go into on the pursuit of real happiness, that more a person is more joyful inside, he can he can take the more dynamics and challenges of outside of the world, so he can be free from the distraction also. Okay, so that's what about a distraction. And yeah, some questions have come, I'll go to the top. And during the college time, we are about to perform many tasks along with the study, then how do we manage ourselves, isn't it? Yeah, this is the one what I'm addressing here. You have don't have a mobile. No, mobile you should have for using this work. Please don't maintain a mobile. You can have some paper with you, or you can have a notebook with you, and you can write all your works on it. Is it? Because mobile is, once you get into the mobile, other things may distract you. You can have a paper, or you can have a small notebook within you, and to write all the works and complete one work and go to next work, complete one work and go to next work. So these works are not just academic works. No, you have a personal work, you have to get something from someone, your uncle has told to do this work. No, that can be a task in your life, so that you pick up one task and complete it. You pick up one task and complete, pick up one. There are so many tasks, what is it, apps are there, but I don't prefer the mobile to, unless you come to a next level to control over the mind and the senses, because a mobile is the one most I don't need to say to you, the most destructive thing in this world, that it triggers you one place and ended up you somewhere else. No, I don't want to talk much about it. So, but I suggest you have a notebook. I generally have a notebook, and no, whenever some work is there, I just write into it. and complete that. So like that, because of that we can handle the more, like you may be a coordinator for a fest, you may be a coordinator for a technical thing, you may be doing project, you may be doing talking to one no, you spoke something about to your friend, you had to do something, not so many works will be there. It's not, life is not just academics, even though, yeah. So you can just note down them and pick up one work and complete it, and pick up one work and complete it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sir, please show self-management qualities. Yeah. So those, yeah, I'll show. So when you are spiritually strengthened, no, when a spirit soul is weak, it will show all that. I told you in the morning, lack of determination, lack of concentration, madness, and all these things. But when we are strengthened, we naturally exhibit all these good qualities. Like we will be naturally peace of mind. Self-control means control over the mind and the control over the senses, and we are clean inside. We are not duplicate inside, and if people like us, isn't it, when we are clean inside, people will like us. When we are more simple, no, most of the people remember the simple people than for example, if I come to the session and come, like simplicity means, if I come to the session and speak like this, when I was in Singapore, visited, the professor has spoke, so like if I speak like that, then you will even know, oh, sir wants to tell that he went to Singapore and had one project there, isn't it? It's a boasting oneself, isn't it? We don't like those people that are self dabba antam kada. No, we also say that if someone is talking, no, you know, this watch is being given my friend from US. No, these are all, no, we don't like it, isn't it? So on the other hand, if a person is having a, no, I'm going to have one session on secret of success. On the other hand, if a person has so many talents, but he will show only when it is required, when his turn comes, he shows it, isn't it? So this is called simplicity. Simplicity means you have a talent, but it is not for showing up to the people, it is for to utilize in the to real world. This is called simplicity. All these qualities are naturally there in the soul. When the soul is strengthened, we exhibit all these good qualities. Okay, and this is you can capture this. I'll go for the next question. Okay, how to overcome regret of not getting something, like I did not get IIT. Okay, so that's what I was talking about. Actually, this is this attached goals. Actually, attached goals makes us discouraged in our life. It makes us more less efficient, isn't it? It is not that IITs are the highest in this world. Like, you know, many of the people, those who are in a higher level, all the IITs are working for a person who is not qualified in higher things. No, I'm not just discouraging something. You know, our life is what more important is. Are you IITian or NIT? All these are not important in our life. Our life important is our happiness and peaceful. See, if something is distracting and destroying our happiness in our life, then what is the use of that degree, and what is the use of all the possessions, isn't it? So that's what, settlement is important, but how it gets settled, let's make an attempt and let's accept the reality of this world, isn't it? If simply we should not artificially, I want to become a something, and instead of, because we have a few, only lifetime is very less. Why you want to spend on which is not achieved? What is possible? This is called strengths. So use your time for where you are good at and go in the direction, and use them what you have. Like for example, I'll tell you a story of a king. Now once what happened is, this king, once he had an unexpected battle with the borders. Okay, he's a young king, and unexpectedly he went to the border, and they started a fight. So because of he has not prepared for it, most of his soldiers has been, died, and he himself has got little destruction, that he has lost one eye, one hand, and one leg, isn't it? So somehow he was saved and he came back to the kingdom. But he had a very longing desire that, no, I want a beautiful picture of mine, isn't it? A person who lost an eye, a leg, and a hand, he wanted a beautiful picture of man. So one day he assembled all the people, in the assembly. He asked all his subjects and all the painters, draw a beautiful picture of mine. isn't it? So now, then as soon as he told this, then slowly people started criticizing. What is this person? Doesn't have one eye, one leg, and one hand. You want a beautiful picture of him? So start criticizing themselves, isn't it? So when the king saw that nobody is coming forward, then immediately he thought, no, I'll give half of my kingdom if anybody. No, I'll give him so many rewards if anybody draw a beautiful picture of mine. So many people thought it is not possible, but one person, he came up with a beautiful picture, isn't it? So what was then when the king saw that picture, it is his own picture. It's a very nice one, and the king is so impressed, and he appreciated him a lot. So what is the picture in it is the same king's picture only. He went to the forest and kneeling down and shooting an arrow, like and the side, from the side he drawn the picture, like a heroic picture. And when you see from the side, you will see only one right eye, right hand, and right leg. So even though half of his body is no, it is a damage, still this person, this painter, has brought a beauty out of the king. It is because he has taken the positive strengths out of it and neglected the negative things in us. In the same way, in our life also, some positive things we have to take it and go ahead. We do not worry too much about the failures, isn't it? So that's what about either we get into idea and it is all second for you and for us, only for temporarily these are all matter, but later we get into a real time world, the other things matters a lot. So don't worry, don't need to worry. This is called, that's the reason we should have a knowledge about life. Life is not just meant for academics and money. Life is meant for something higher. I'm going to talk about it. What time is best to meditate and get spiritual energy? Beautiful question. There is something called spiritual actually morning is a best time. I recommend you to take from 5 to 7, 5 o'clock to 6, or 5 to 6 o'clock, or 5 to 7 o'clock. It is the best time that because the morning is called a mode of goodness or sattva, and there our passion will be very less. It helps us, the mind and the senses, even though they are uncontrollable, they keep calm, isn't it? They'll not distract us. So now you have a simple mind and senses. Now you engage them to feed spiritual energy. So I tell you, morning 5 to 7. If you don't get also any time, even you're traveling also, you can eat, you can drink spiritual energy. You can have spiritual energy. Okay, so this is a time for spiritual energy to get in. How to overcome regret on something? Okay, so what time best method? Yeah, completed. How to keep ourselves always motive? Yeah. So as I was saying, that why we lose energy and courage is, it is because of the failures we have experienced, isn't it? It becomes, for example, a person who has failed, for him to again ask him to make an attempt, it becomes, got into a fail in IIT, and someone asked to do a long term, it becomes so difficult for us, isn't it? Why? It is because that bitterness of failure makes us don't motivate us. So why? It is because I'm going to talk about this exclusively in handling competition. How Krishna says, what is it? Karmanye vahadi karyasya means efforts. Learn in a life to put efforts, only efforts. Don't get into attachment of results, isn't it? Don't get into attachment of results. What happens is, when you get into mode of a result oriented way, you cannot do other work. There are so many things we have to do in our life. I tell you one of the example in a real time happened once. I was associating with the president of bar association, right? This barristers association law. So this president, he was saying the same thing. So it's a beautiful thing happened with me with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. What used to happen is a lawyer in earlier time. What he was telling is, I was a lawyer and I was picking the various cases. So I was to put all my efforts in the case. At any cost, this case will become successful, isn't it? So then what used to happen is, somehow, because everything is not in our control, somehow we had put all the efforts and thinking that I have applied all my knowledge, now this case is going to be success. But sometimes, because of unexpected circumstances, there's a failure. And for him to take one more case and put all the energy, it was really difficult for him, isn't it? So then later, when he came across know about this karmanyeva adhikar is this the statement that put efforts. Just you have to put efforts. See the goal and start putting efforts. Don't expect the result. This principle, this philosophy makes you always motivated. I've seen in my life, I have seen like so many failures, isn't it? But still we are like when we are do real time akshaya patra things, we come across so many challenges with the government. We come across people around us. When you do good things to the world, you have to see so many challenges in those. We have known about it. So what I want to do is, this person, what he has taken is, now what this lawyer, what he used to do is, he pick up a case and completely put his efforts, and again he complete that case and take the second case and put efforts and go ahead like this. Then how we used to know that if this case becomes successful, the party will come back and give sweets, sir, we are successful. And if the party don't come back, then I understood the case is gone. So but because of not knowing about the result, no, he was enjoying putting efforts for the new goals. So this is actually a most powerful technique, isn't it? And yeah, so this was the one which motivates us. Like our motivation is lost because of the failures. So now because of attached to the result, our failures are influencing us. So we have to start learning, putting efforts without expectation of the results. Okay, so that I'll discuss. Don't worry much about it in our further session. How to control the attractions, because that waste a lot of time. Yeah, how to control the attraction, sir, because that waste a lot of time. Yeah, so as I was saying that take a small minor attractions, as we already discussed. So we get tempted and we just get into it and lose our time. So how we not get into attraction is, why we are getting attracted, we have to know why we are getting attracted is because inside zero happiness, isn't it? We want happiness, happiness, happiness. So when we want happiness, happiness, for every small thing also looks so attractive and lucrative. But a person who is happy within inside, isn't it, who has happy within inside, so all these external attractions will start coming down. If it is to be utilized, for example, this laptop is there, no need to get attracted to the laptop, but we can utilize the laptop, isn't it? We may use, mobile is there, no need to get attracted to the mobile, I can utilize this mobile. So everything in this world can be utilized, isn't it? No need to get falsely attracted. So only thing that happens is when you are happy within, isn't it? That happy within will come not by external arrangement, it is by only spiritual happiness or the spirit's happiness, by only doing spiritual activities. Okay, so that you are basically, the answer is, we are more joyful inside, will not fall for external attraction. I've already sent. So how to overcome regret? Okay, it's completed. Like how to concentrate at the age of a distraction. So during college time, we are about, I have completed. How to motivate ourselves. How to be not jealous of others. This comparison and jealous almost all at a higher stage. So how to be not jealous of, I tell you, this jealousy is something very difficult to digest. Sometimes we become jealous with our own close friends, isn't it? So how to come out of it is, because why we become jealous is, he got something what I did not get. Again, same comparison. The kadupulo manta means he got something what I did not. I made an effort, but he got it very easily. Isn't it? So jealous will come out only with the spiritual knowledge. How a person is getting some things, how a person is not getting some things, it is because of his own accord. There is a word called karma, isn't it? Every person will get on his what he is destined to get. Isn't it? If he puts his efforts in his life, every person will get what is destined to get. So if we become firm on this knowledge, isn't it? And then slowly we come out of the jealous. And one more way to come out of the jealous is having a spiritual knowledge that the whole talent what we are saying is a nature's talent, and that is a very high dimension. It becomes difficult. Everybody, those who have talent, is a nature has given talent to them, and I'm also a part of nature. When we could able to see like that, we come out of that. Don't worry about that higher stage. At least a lower stage that we wanted to compare. When we stop comparing, and when we are happy inside, we stop giving jealous with others. Jealousness will come down. Okay. Sir, once I read a quote: time you enjoy wasting isn't wasted. What are your views on this? Time you enjoy wasting isn't wasted. I'm sorry, I did not understand. Maybe time you enjoy wasting isn't wasted. I'm sorry, I'm not able to understand this. Maybe like let's see what I've understood. Time you enjoy wasting. Basically, it is saying that anyway you enjoyed the time. Now what is the problem? It is not wasted. Maybe like that someone would have given a quote, I don't know, but either how much it is authorized, we don't know. Already you enjoyed. Life is meant for enjoyment only. Some people think like that, ek zindagi hai, isko experience karwa do, like that. No, but it is not like that. But zindagi is not one. You have life after life, and if you are not careful about this life, and if you go fall for the false enjoyments, we have to suffer for them. There's a session we are going to talk about it. So this is sometimes maybe the false statement. Everybody gives their own philosophy, but if it is like that, if the interpretation is anyway you enjoyed the time, then it is not wasted. If that is the one, then it is not the correct view, I feel like. If other view might have been there, I don't know if it exact view. So how to self-management quality slide, yeah, I've shown how to overcome depression. Yeah, basically depression is because of so much we thought like a no madness. Basically because of madness, depression comes because of the madness. Madness means so much we want that only. No, there's nothing like so much we are attached to a person. What happened, no, simply to understand, if a boy attached to a particular girl and no, she is not at all responding for him, he get depressed because he's so much attached from expecting the emotion from other side. So when we are so much attached to certain things, we get into depression, isn't it? So we have to learn this world. Actually, if a person becoming attached to so many things, he is going to be the most difficult bad experiences. If he is more detached person, like attachment means sometimes people will have, if I sit in this direction, I'll study nice. If I sit in this sofa, I sit in this what is a table, I study nice. This is called funny attachment. Like sometimes I've seen in childhood, someone is wearing some purse, one paper, it doesn't have anything, but he's saying that if this paper is there, I'm always easy to handle my things. So it's called false attachments. So these things will not help us. So attachment. So person, on the other hand, if a person is detached, it's whatever the circumstances, whatever wherever it is, he acts and put efforts in the right way. This person is called detached, isn't it? He is more powerful. Detachment is the most powerful thing. So human body is the only one it can learn the science of detachment. Sometimes we have to leave the things, or else our human life will get wasted. Nothing is in our control, yes or no? So we have to learn the science of detachment. Sometimes we have to leave. What can be done? It's like a detachment from failures. Okay, I made an attempt, it does not come, what is the problem? I'll make another. So it's called detachment, not getting attached to that, isn't it? So we learn the something called detachment. We can come out of the depression. If a person is so much attached, he'll get into the depression in this world. Okay, so attachment to higher things is not wrong. What generally happens, we get attached to every funny thing. That is a problem. That's a problem. So please show self-management qualities and completed. Any questions or anything? I will play some videos. Okay, someone is asking how to be part of this registration and how to join this club. You like will sir will be sending one link how to know about these sessions. So if you register with this session, you'll be getting a SMS on a link and all those things. You please either you scan this QR code and sir will send this link to you. You can no, register by linking it. Okay, and once you get in, we get all the details of your mail. We'll be sending email or SMS on what link you have to come to attend these sessions. Okay, maybe if COVID rules comes down, we may meet personally also. We can have I have so many practical activities also we do. I do in various colleges. We have a spiritual club and we do dramas and tours and many things used to be there, but I don't know how much now we can get into it. So at least now, yeah. And so this is a way that you can enter into this club. Okay, so sir, can we active our third eye by meditation? Okay. We don't have any third eye. It's all false spiritual guidance, simply to attract the people. Because we always, this is natural tendency of everyone that we want power. We want to handle more power. It is a third eye is there for Lord Shiva. He is handling more power in this world. So we want to imitate him, isn't it? So with these false spiritual people, how to attract ordinary people by telling all these false things. So there is no conception of opening a third eye. There is a conception of seeing with knowledge. Drishti it is called. Like animal will see only gross things. Here chair is there, a laptop is there, here is there. But a human has a third eye, means he can see higher sense. He can see that in a few years, 4 years, college gets completed. What is my next career? It can see that I got settled in this place. So where do I stay? This is called seeing with the knowledge things. The time is getting over. What should I learn in my life? What is real life? Like that. This is the third eye means. I mean to say it's a spiritual sense. If you're talking about that spiritual sense, spiritual knowledge will be will help you in the opening that. Not a physical third eye or something that you close your eyes also you start seeing things. They're all falsely to attract the normal people. Assignment to be done. What is what strategy does Elon Musk follow? Yeah. So yeah, this also one spiritual knowledge. We have to know that we get the things what we have destined. Don't try to like take a motivational session. Yes, sir has told now tomorrow I'll become the prime minister of this country. No, no. When you put efforts, what is destined and what is possible is given, and that much you definitely get in your life. Now, when we take a birth, there are certain things what we can be achieved with this body. All those things only can be achieved, isn't it? So Elon Musk has got whatever like he has destined, but putting his efforts, he has reached to that. And we don't need to become an imitation of the Elon Musk. We don't require to become Elon Musk. If we put efforts and if we become an equivalent to Elon Musk, that's good. But if it's not that everybody has to become him, isn't it? Then if everybody is a Elon Musk, then who will do so many other works in the world? Okay. So how to control emotions? Okay. To morning also has been asked question. So how to control our emotions? Yeah. This if we don't control our emotion, if we burst on the people, isn't it? If we negatively react with the circumstances, we lose our relationships, isn't it? We lose our people. I mean, the people are not there, then how can we be happy in our life? Isn't it? And sometimes no. So it is very important question how to control our emotions. Yes, emotions are at a mind level, as I was saying that like a mind has a control unit. It will operate so many things. It has to train the senses and also the and the second level of a mind, actually there are three functions of a general mind. Is one is thinking and feeling the emotions, isn't it? The feeling of emotions. So what happens is when we carried over by the negative emotions, isn't it? It becomes very easy, difficult to handle, and we become bursted, isn't it? So what I wanted to is, before getting into the emotion, like for example, today morning I've shown, like it starts with the thoughts, then it becomes words, then it becomes actions, then it becomes, isn't it? So like that, everything starts from the thoughts. If before it becomes an emotion, it has already started with a thought in the direction. So what we have to do is, we have to curb the tide of negative thoughts. Negative thoughts lead to a negative emotions, a positive thoughts leads to a positive emotions. So that's what, if you could able to stop negative thoughts. How can we stop the negative thoughts? Mind is always working, isn't it? If you don't engage the mind in a proper way, the mind will engage in the random way. Sometimes it may be a negative also, isn't it? So by stopping the negative thoughts, when it is the negative thought, so tell your mind that I don't want to encourage this in this direction. Then the thought will become emotion on one day. So now you could able to stop a negative emotion, isn't it? Directly, never in the world emotion comes. Remember, everything comes from the thought. Emotion, no. For example, when you're watching the movie, some villain is coming and killing the, what is it, heroine, an actress. Then you sitting in the cinema theater, no, about to, killing or something is disturbing the actress, and as you sit in the cinema theater, and you feel very bad, negative emotion starts filling into your mind, isn't it? So actually it has not started there only. It is already programmed. It's one the person, you consider yourself as a hero, or it is already programmed. Once you program, only emotions will come directly. The movie itself is not creating emotions into you. You already thought in the direction that heroine should never be in distress, that you completely came up with that thought. You are very firm on that thought. But when the thought is completely what is that, multiplied, and when you see something exactly opposite of that thought, it bursts into emotion, isn't it? So a thought is the one which is making us. No, we are strong that the no, no, the heroine should never get disturbed. So that thought, for example, in the movie also, you went to a movie, and in the end of the movie, the villain has killed hero, isn't it? So then when you come back, do you say the movie is very nice? We say, "Boo, movie is worst." Why? Because then we never hear the movie that villain killing the hero, isn't it? So like that, we already came up with a strong thoughts and strong conceptions, that if something goes exactly opposite it, then immediately burst into some emotion, isn't it? So like that. So emotions control happens only at the thought level. Okay, when it is thought level, you can do it, but when it enters into emotions, you cannot do it. During work, some distractions also make stress, tension. It leads to loss of concentration of that work. How should we overcome this problem? Please explain, sir. During a work, some distractions also come, also make stress and tensions. During work, yeah. So actually, this stress and anxiety, I have to discuss on stress management, but shortly I would like to say about it. Take a person, no, I've already spoken also. Take a person, physical body. If you give me a 50, not might not be possible, 20 weight, I'll easily lift it. But if you give me a 100 kg weight, ask me to take, what happens? The stress will be there on the body. So physical body has a capacity that it can handle only that much. It cannot handle more than. So like that, our mind and intelligence also can handle only certain things. Isn't it? It cannot handle too many. Every subtle body has a capacity. It can handle only certain things. But what happened is, actually our subtle body, we have seen in the morning, it is so powerful. We have seen that it is linguistic, digital signal processing, quantum, so much is there. But what is happening is, why we could not able to handle with so many works is not because we don't have potential. It is because all the energy what we had in a subtle body, we lost in terms of leaking energy. What I mean to say is, like for example, our mind is called chanchala. Chanchala means, no, it not stay one place. It will just go from one. No, for example, you are in the class, suddenly someone's call you and goes where, or someone asks you for snacks, goes there. No, it's like when it's like a chanchala means it will not stay one place. So when the mind don't stay at one place, it loses all its energy. Then when you ask a work to do it, which has lost all the energy, then it feels stressed. My God, I cannot do any more work. Isn't it? So there is a real stress that you are overloaded with the work. That time is a real stress. But generally, nobody in this world is overloaded with so many works. We generally accept only. But why we get stress is because our uncontrollable mind is because of chanchala. So when we train our mind from unsteady to steady state, all your energy will be preserved, and you could able to handle more works in your life. Isn't it? It is not because of, it is a misconception, because some percentage of people, yes, they are handling so many works because of that, but not everybody will be handling so many works in it. Is because of the uncontrollable mind, and it has lost its energy, and when you forcefully work on that, it results in stress. So that's the reason again and again I'm asking, do we have to spend our time for controlling the mind, controlling the senses, or else it takes away all of our life. Okay. So during preparation for exam or something, then so many thoughts disturb me. How to concentrate in my, so same thing what I was talking about, because subconscious mind is filled with so many things, and exam question, the book you open, and so many things are there already in subconscious, and no need of external triggers. So many internal triggers only start distracting. So it is not possible just one day I'll do the things. No, you have to plan and train yourself if you want to deal with the real time exam. It cannot be happen with one trick and tomorrow I'll tell one trick and complete. No, like if you want to maintain a nice t-shirt, every day you have to take care that there's no mark on this shirt. No, we like some shirts and we maintain it very nicely. So if you want to maintain like that, you have to take care of it, isn't it? So unless you don't take care, suddenly with one trick some oil fall on the shirt and you are carelessly, then suddenly you want a trick out of it, maximum how much you can do it. So we have to be very careful what getting in our subconscious mind. Unless we don't practice it, this will continue for whole life, isn't it? This has slowly we have to start implementing, isn't it? One level we achieve at a few days, after one few days we level, one level we start achieving it. Okay, so maybe the time is over, and oh my God, in the registration sheet also we have like, so how does the karma work, sir? Like someone says it's based on previous birth sins, or someone else says it is based on the works you do in your present birth. Can you clear this confusion, sir? Yeah, this is the last question. I will take it. Then later I'll copy these questions and address in the registration also. We have put one option that if you have any questions which have not been answered, you can put there, and I'll be addressing them in the further sessions. This is the last question. Yeah. So how does that karma work? What is this word? I've used the word karma, or called destiny, isn't it? So what is this word karma? Is it, it's only connected to this life, or it is connected to the previous life also? So the answer is, all the accumulated things that you have done previously, isn't it? Previous life, isn't it? So the result of this, we get this human body, isn't it? And if we have not, if we have done so much of good works, like for example, if in the company, if someone is taking more responsibility, company puts him on a more responsible position, isn't it? Like today we are seeing dedication to many great personalities, isn't it? Why? When they take the society responsibility and a great responsibility about themselves, and not living in a neglectful way, society is appreciating. They got the name and fame, and not only society, the nature also appreciate and give them the higher position in this world, isn't it? So like that, if a person is disturbing the society, gives a lower position in this world. This is called karma. I'm going to talk more about it, isn't it? And it is not just, it is this life. Sometimes this karma comes into, it is because of our most of our 95% karma is because of the previous life. And yeah, there is no confusion in it. Everything is previously something happened is only happened present. So sir, so many people. Okay, I'm not going to answer. I have this question here with me. I'll answer. Please put this question if I have not answered some. Oh my God, so many questions are there. Oh, sir, I have. I think time is over.
Thank you
Sir,
very much, sir. So I requested to students. So if you have doubts, just put in chat box. We will forward to our speaker. Thank you very
I'm
much,
sorry, I'm
sir.
not able to hear you, sir.
Sir, am I
Again,
audible,
can
sir?
you?
Am I audible?
Sorry. Actually, for me only it is not coming, I think.
Yeah, now,
Maybe
sir.
some
Am I audible, sir?
speak. Sorry. Yeah, now it is on. You please.
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, please.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving an excellent talk on time management. And also, you explained the importance of time in our life and how to utilize the time. So, as well as how to control from unnecessary thoughts. And thank you very much, sir, once again, because you have been delivering this talk since morning. So, hands up your dedication and energy. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. I'll meet
Thank you.
many of the students after once I come back, or maybe on the after. Hmm? Thanks everyone. Okay, to be patiently be with me. Maybe I'm
Okay,
not
sir.
able to answer some questions. Maybe I'll take it later if possible.
Okay, sir. We will forward to you, sir. We will forward to you.
Yeah, please. Could you please forward the chat to me so that it will.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,
And
sir.
we have one notice for students. So the students' attendance is mandatory. Okay. So every student should attend these talks. So these are very useful and motivational talks. Okay. And I am talking about assignment. Okay. You write an essay on Make in India. Okay, and the file should contain minimum 3 pages, and it should be in your own handwriting. Okay, so that means you should write on one essay with your handwriting. Okay, and scan that file, all files, and send to that mail induction at the rate nitandhra.ac.in. Okay, and you have to send honor before PDF. So you should say okay honor before the end of this induction program. And this means make in India is nothing but just you have to write what are advantages if you make our essential in India. Okay, so that means if you build companies which are making our essential items, and write some disadvantages also if they are. Okay, so this is a assignment for students today assignment. So you should send honor before the end of this induction program. If you have any doubt, just you put in your queries in the WhatsApp chat.
Can we leave, sir?
And that file assignment file should file name should be your roll number. Okay, registration number, and send to that file to the mail induction at the rate nitandhra.ac.in. Thank you very much, dear students and our speaker. So today's session. Okay, today's session is over, and we will meet you on tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Okay.